Real Nerds is a proud partner of the Denver Podcast Network. In the shadow of the mountains,
we speak.
Do you remember where you were when we elected a Sasquatch president?
How about when you learned Ben Franklin was a robot?
Or first heard Stalin's mixtape?
I'm Zach Powers.
I'm Brian Flynn, and we host The Revisionists.
Each episode, one person explains real history and another tells an alternate version.
And the winner becomes the truth. We let comics from Denver and around the country run wild through history.
It's an in-depth look at history, but with more Babadooks.
Check out The Revisionists, available every other Saturday.
Wherever you get podcasts and at revisionistpodcast.com.
Oh, hi, podcast listeners. There's many ways you can listen to the Real Nerds podcast. You can subscribe on iTunes. You can also subscribe on Stitcher Radio. You want to send us a Twitter message? You can do that. It's so easy, at Real Nerds. Like us on Facebook, Real Nerds Podcast. You can visit our website, realnerdspodcast.com, where there'll be a lot of articles for you to not only read, but to listen to our previous shows. You can also call us, 720-6nerds5. Thanks for listening, and enjoy the show.
Hi, this is Brian. No, this is my announcer voice, and you're listening to Real Nerds Podcast. Should I do this as my real self? Oh, shucky darn. Hi, this is Brian Cummings. You're listening to Real Nerds Podcast. Okay, do it straight. Hi, this is Brian Cummings, and actually you are listening to Real Nerds Podcast. Send money and real estate.
Welcome to another Real Nerds Podcast interview from Denver Pop Culture Con 2019. Hope you enjoy.
Welcome to the Real Nerds Podcast live from Denver Pop Culture Con 2019. I'm joined again by Safyre.
Hello.
He came and talked to us a little bit about computer sciences, but now we're just going to kind of talk a little bit of shop now. So you've been at the con now since Friday.
Yep.
How have you liked it so far?
So far it's been pretty nice. There's a lot of stuff I really want. Only having so little money and yet so much I want. It was kind of hard to pick, and I found some of the stuff I really wanted last when I was already out of money, so that's probably the only down part about going to a con is when you just set up a budget, you're going to lose it quick, and when you don't,
it goes out the window super quick.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So, how long have you been coming to the con since the beginning, correct?
Not since the beginning, since 2017.
2017. Okay, so you're actually relatively new to it.
Yeah.
Do you like how it's kind of changed in the past 2 years?
Yeah, I like how it changed a lot in the past 2 years. This year's probably the best year yet for the 3 I've been to.
What do you think of the name change? Were you opposed to it?
I like the name change, yet at the same time, I'd rather when I'm typing it out, I'd rather say Denver Comic Con.
Yeah.
Because I don't like typing out pop space culture con, because that just takes a little bit more time that I don't really exactly have 24/7. So.
Yeah. No, we're all a little bit of bigger fans of just calling it a Comic Con because it's a little bit easier to kind of to roll off the tongue. But so what has been the best part of the con for you thus far this year?
This year, probably meeting all the cosplayers and furries, because that's cosplayers are really awesome, and furries, dude, it's hella expensive just to make a fursuit, let alone have one built for you.
What's the most elaborate and intricate you've seen?
I haven't seen a lot of the elaborate ones this year. Just the regular suit stuff.
Right on. None of them stick out in your mind at all whatsoever, really?
Yeah, not this year at least. Last year, we actually had a lot of furries that were really nicely set up. Some of them with extruding tentacles, a lot of cool stuff. It was really cool last year.
Cool. Have you done any photo ops here at the con?
Yes, 2 so far, and I have 2 more tomorrow.
Right. What were the ones you did today?
The one I did, there's only one I did today. There was one I did Friday. Today I did, what's his name? I keep forgetting everybody's name already. The guy, Drax. I did it with Drax.
Dave Bautista, yes.
Yeah, Bautista, yeah.
Right on. How was he to meet?
He was nice.
Right on.
Yeah.
Gentle giant?
He's a gentle giant, definitely.
Right on. Perfect. And then who do you got coming up tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I know I have George Takei and someone else.
Right.
My mom set up all the photo ops, so...
Right on. Perfect. George Takei, right on.
Yep.
Gotta love it. Gotta love some Star Trek in your life.
Yep.
Right on. So what are you looking forward to other than the photo ops tomorrow? How do you want this con to end for you?
I'm not sure. I have very little to do. This year has to be one of my most boring years, but that's because I was unable to plan anything. I was unable to get everything planned out, set up my days, know where I was going.
Right.
Because my entire family was kind of in a scramble.
Right. Oh, so this is all kind of a last-minute situation.
Yeah, this was a lot. We knew we were coming since last year. We knew we were coming every year.
Right.
But, like, I have to say we were pretty unprepared.
Yeah. Well, you can never tell how it's going to be each year.
Yeah.
I mean, I had it set in my mind last year, and it didn't go the way it planned at all. And then this year, kind of similar, things just kind of happen as they come along. Like, you never know what you're going to get pulled into.
Yeah, definitely. The cosplayers are one of the coolest things here, though.
Yeah.
I have to say. A lot of the cosplayers are really elaborate, like, much more elaborate than the other 2 years I've been here, I have to say.
Yeah, it seems like we're getting a lot more people who are, like, kind of professional across the globe and stuff like that coming in. And
not just that, like people who are just doing it for fun, like here just to dress up and meet people, take photos. They're still looking pretty good. Even like a beginner costume here, the most beginner costume I saw so far was still pretty darn professional.
I'm amazed how much work they can put into it. We have a few people who come by to do cosplay, and we chat with them, and like the amount of work that goes into it is staggering.
I actually tried doing a cosplay once. I never got through it because I was like so stressed out. It's just a lot of work, and I'm amazed that these cosplayers can do this professionally. I don't even think I can do it more than twice.
Who was that? What was the character you wanted to do?
So I was setting up, I forget which character, it was a character I knew as a kid. Like back then, I was a kid when I did my first cosplay, and it was a lot of work. If I remember correctly, it was actually Philip J. Fry from Futurama.
Oh, for Futurama, right on.
Yeah.
Did you were going to go do the hair swivel and stuff like that?
Yeah, but my hair was, one, not long enough, and two, wigs were kind of a pain to set up.
Oh, okay.
And the last wig I had actually like kind of fell apart because I didn't take good care of it.
Yesterday, one of our friends was Taranga Leela, so that was fun.
Nice.
Yeah, she had a prosthetic eye and everything. It was a lot of fun.
Awesome.
Right on. Well, thank you for chatting with us a little bit more, Safyre.
Yeah, anytime, guys.
Yeah, not a problem. This has been Safyre talking with Real Nerds Podcast on the Denver Pop Culture Con 2019 stage. Thank you for chatting with us.
This has been another Real Nerds Podcast interview from Denver Pop Culture Con 2019. See you next year.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Real Nerds Podcast. Real Nerds Podcast is a production of Nebulous Visions Multimedia. Thank you to Sparks Mandrill and Plan 9 Studios for our kick-ass theme song. Also, if you're in the Denver area and you're looking for a cool place to see movies, we see them at the Alamo Drafthouse in Littleton and now also in Sloan's Lake. Thank you to Colorado Coins, Cards, and Comics for supplying us with all our comic needs, especially you, Andrew. You know who you are. And a big shout out to James's mom. I'm giving you an electronic hug that you can feel through the airwaves. Thanks for listening, and have a nice day.